Welcome back, Pokemon Trainers. Professor Chaz here, the lab coat's on back order, and this is a sort of interesting video I'm putting together here for you guys today. What I want to do is talk about Pokemon breeding here in the Gen 7 game in the Alola region here in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, because I am just going to put this right out there. I am not an expert as far as breeding goes, pardon me, but I've been learning some things, and I feel like I've gotten enough information together to sort of impart some knowledge to you folks out there. Maybe I'll tell you something new you don't know about breeding just yet. Maybe you're going to know everything I'm already talking about in this video. Either way, it's all cool. But if there's anything that, new that I can present to you guys out there as far as breeding goes here in Gen 7, then awesome stuff. Alright, so the first thing that I want to do is talk about what I'm doing currently in my video games. I do have on Virtual Console on 3DS Pokemon Yellow, and something I'm doing in there is, well, this all stemmed from initially I was thinking I'm trying to get all of the starter Pokemon by doing trades on the GTS to try to find the hidden ability starter Pokemon like Charizard with, or I should say Charmander, but the Charmander line with Solar Power, Chlorophyll for Bulbasaur, and Rain Dish for Squirtle. I haven't been able to get a Rain Dish Squirtle just yet, and I was trying to keep doing trades, not getting the right Pokemon, until I realized, wait a minute, I've heard that every single Pokemon you get in one of the Virtual Console games of Red, Blue, or Yellow, and send up through the Poke Transporter into Pokemon Bank, and then down into your Gen 7 games, they do all come with their hidden abilities. Like you can see here, for example, we have a Big Pex Pidgey with a Sniper Spearow. We've got Sand Rush, Sandshrew, so there's a lot of stuff going on here, hidden abilities and all that stuff, of course. So that's when I realized, you know what? I could get every Pokemon species available in my Pokemon Yellow game, get a female, send it up, because not only do they have the hidden ability, you're going to see each Pokemon is marked with at least 3 markings on them. That's to indicate what IV they have are maxed out. For example, we see here Diglett. I'm going to do the Judge. So that should be HP, Defense, and Speed. You see, best IVs with my Diglett right here. Now, that's going to be very important for breeding. Kind of goes against what I usually say about Pokemon, where it's not just down to numbers. You know, there is luck involved. There is the heart of the card, so to speak. You know, believe in your Pokemon and they can pull through. But, admittedly, Pokemon is a, video game. It's based around a computer system, and numbers are important, most definitely. So, I can see where having the max IVs of Pokemon is going to be very beneficial. So, everything I'm talking about here as far as breeding goes is not for my own benefit, it is for you folks out there, and in fact the whole reason I want to breed some high IV or max IV Pokemon with hidden abilities and special egg moves and stuff is to present to you guys out there and do wonder trading and just do some trading with some of the viewers out there as well. So, all that being said, I'm trying to learn what I can about breeding. So, an important thing is, if you don't currently have the Judge feature in your Pokemon Sun or Moon game, I'm going to just fly on over to Pony Island and show you. My character is not, or the person I'm going to talk to, or would have talked to, is not there in my game because I've already spoken to him. But you can see this in one of the later videos in my playthrough of Pokemon Moon. When you come here to the Battle Tree, it is near the end of, or rather it is at the end of Pony Island. Unless you're going to, where's the other spot? There's another end. Oh, Resolution Cave. But right here at the Battle Tree, you will normally find a person off to the right of the receptionist who is kind of sleepy. He's right next to the PC, and he won't be interested until I think you hatch 10 eggs, or a certain number of eggs. If you hatch them, the man that's standing here in my position will then wake up, and he's the potential judge who's been in previous games before, but instead of just standing here and then you talk to him, you can go to your PC and he opens the Judge feature, which we just take a look at. You see Judge here for Pidgey, max HP attack and defense, for example, for IVs. So once you know that, you can sort of start pairing up Pokemon with good IVs, and I'm going to show you right here. I have a Porygon that was sent up. It's got best special defense, speed, and physical defense. I'm going to pair this, since it is breedable only through Ditto. I'm going to pair it with this Ditto that has max IV for HP, special attack, and attack. So, one of the sort of downsides is, as one of our regular viewers, Robert, has pointed out to me, we can't breed 2 Ditto together to get another Ditto any longer. Because I did have an idea, I had 2 Ditto with perfectly, complementary max IVs, and I was thinking, I could breed them together, because when you breed Pokemon, there's potential that the Pokemon that is hatched will have either a basic stat, like, randomly chosen. It could inherit the stat from either the parent, like the male parent, or the female parent. Now, every stat has one of those 3 features, or 3 options for it. If you have, or what is it? I think it's like, you're guaranteed 3 stats will be inherited from the parent Pokemon into the baby. But certain items will improve the chances of getting those stats. So all that being said, I was considering getting 2 Ditto to breed until I have a Ditto with like max IVs for everything, and that could be a breedable Pokemon for, you know, in other combinations. But since we can't breed 2 Ditto, so be it. I had to do other kind of things to figure out. But I'm showing you here a Pokemon that can only breed through using Ditto, of course. So we're going to pair these 2. Now, with the judge thing unlocked, you can figure out which 2 Pokemon will link up perfectly. Next thing you want to do is figure out exactly which 2 Pokemon to pair up, because let me just pop back into the PC. I'm all over the place here. Hopefully this is comprehensive enough that you guys can follow it. But take a look at Pidgey here. All it has is Gust, right? There are some decent potential egg moves for some Pokemon, of course. What you want to do is do your research, and for me, I'll be using either Cerebi.net or Bulbapedia. I'll be checking out those and seeing what egg moves each Pokemon species has, and then choosing a complementary Pokemon of whichever species learns the most of those egg moves onto them. Capture several of those, and for example, with this Pidgey, I've got the max HP, attack, and defense. I want to find the other species of Pokemon from Pokemon Yellow and get max special attack, special defense, and speed. That way we'll have max IVs for all 6 stats, and pairing those 2 Pokemon together gives them a chance that all of the offspring will have max IVs for everything. So, as I say, pair them up accordingly. I got my little list to the side to make sure I'm talking about everything properly. Next thing you want to do is crack your voice, because that is very important to make sure that people are paying attention, and cracking your voice is a good way to keep their focus on what you're saying. I'm heading here to the top of Mount Lanakila. This is where, of course, the Pokemon League is at, but there's also a Pokemon Center outside. We're going to pop in here, and I've said this many times, I forget the name of this character, but I think it's Madame Memory or Memoir or something like that. Talking to her, as you'll see, she can remind a Pokemon of a long-forgotten move, and this is your Heart Scale Move Relearner character. Let's talk to Porygon, or let's check out Porygon. Nice thing about Gen 7 is, not only can she teach Pokemon the moves that they would have had to the level they're currently at, she can teach them moves that they will learn later as well. So, a level 1 Pokemon, for example, level 1 Squirtle, you could Heart Scale Hydro Pump onto it, which is, I think, the last move that it will learn. So, all that being said, you can basically custom design whatever moveset you want the parent Pokemon to have to try to breed these egg moves onto the hatchling Pokemon. So with that now figured out, you might be thinking, how do you get Heart Scales? In the past, it's been as simple as farming up a bunch of Corsola are in the same area, Love Disc. That's it. You can farm a bunch of Love Disc and find as many Heart Scales as possible. A good combination for that was to use a Butterfree or something else with Compound Eyes ability. And why am I going to Pokemon? Compound Eyes ability, which increases the chance of the wild Pokemon you encounter having a held item, and using Thief just to steal the Heart Scale away. But I'm going to show you something a little bit more beneficial and quicker in Gen 7. Now, I don't know if it's going to work in this particular area. In fact, you know what? We're going to fly over to... what's the name of the town? Coney? I think. It's on Akala Island. It's been too long since I did the playthrough. I'm starting to forget all the names. Coney. I got it. We're heading to Coney City because I know for sure that I can do something here. In Coney City, Mali City, and the Seafolk Village, I think it is, on Pony Island, there are 3 restaurants, one in each area. The one here in Coney is right across from the Pokemon Center. Go in here and talk to the receptionist, the, what would you call her? Not really waitress, I guess the hostess. Alright, so we're going to, of course, grab ourselves something to eat. They recommend Z sets. Now, for $10.40, I can take any of these 4 Z sets. I'm going to choose the special Z set, the 4th option available to us. Now, they warn you, the set uses quite a lot of local Alolan ingredients. It's a rather unique flavor that may not be to everyone's taste, but you're okay with that? Sounds good. Let's grab ourselves the Z special. However, we've got a visitor. Good old Olivia, the kahuna of the island, comes in, asking for a table as well. And then she notices that we're here, of course. As long as we're both here, why don't we sit together? And I'll have whatever he's having. So, they take us to our seats, we get ourselves a nice meal, and you're going to see what's kind of cool. So, normally it should cost me $10.40 for this delicious dining experience with our beloved kahuna here. This right here, this is it. She needs some home cooking, good stuff, but I hardly ate a thing. So, what happens here? She actually pays the bill. I don't have to spend any money. And they give heart scales away if you eat here. They give 2 to me, they give 2 to her, but she gives all of hers to me as well. So I just got 4 heart scales for free just by sharing dinner with this lovely lady. Now, there's a better place to go too. It is on Mali Island. Nope. Ula Ula Island in Mali City. Kahuna Hala. Well, actually, nope. Kahuna Nanu. Hala's on the first island. But Nanu, the former police officer with the gruff exterior but the heart of gold, you can get 8 heart scales from getting the special set over on that island. And again, all for free. So these are some cheap ways to get your heart scales. This might be a once per day thing, I'm pretty sure. But do it every day, you're going to get all sorts of heart scales. Bear with me. My nose is so itchy. I'm giving so much information, my nose can't take it. I don't even know how that makes any sense. So that's how you can get your heart scales. Now then, as far as breeding goes, there are a few things that we can mention, other things to keep in mind. A couple of important items, which I didn't even know where to find these initially. Well, I knew where to find one type of item, but Destiny Knot is an important item as far as breeding for IVs, or max IVs. We're going to go here to the Battle Royal Dome, and again, I'm going to mention our viewer Robert, who pointed this out to me. I didn't know this was here. For the longest time, I didn't realize Battle Royal Dome had items you could get. So, talking to this lady over here on the right side, you'll see that we can trade battle points for prizes. You get some options here: Bright Powder, Quick Claw, Soothe Bell. I want to grab some of these things eventually. Why do we got 9 Quick Claws? I've been stealing so many random items, but we can get all sorts of items here. Ooh, leftovers. One of the items you can get here is Destiny Knot. In battle, if the holder has become infatuated, the opposing Pokemon becomes infatuated as well, but Destiny Knot has a use outside of battle. If one of the 2 breeding Pokemon is holding Destiny Knot, instead of just 3 stats being guaranteed passed down to the baby Pokemon, 5 stats, 5 IVs will be passed down to the hatchling Pokemon. Very important stuff. Another important item you're going to hang on to is not in this list. Let's see who sells it. It is the Everstone. I don't know if they actually have it here. Hang on, let me just check all the items. Here we see there's the Everstone. Now, of course, normally this is held by a Pokemon to prevent evolution, but that is also being used in breeding to pass down the nature of the Pokemon holding it. I don't want to buy it, I hit the wrong button. But if you have a beneficial nature for a Pokemon, of one of the parent Pokemon, you can have them hold the Everstone and pass that nature down. So checking out our Ditto and Porygon, for example, let's see what we have here. We have the Relaxed nature, which you can see increases defense and lowers speed, whereas Porygon has an attack boost and defense drop. So of these 2 natures, if there's no beneficial nature, you might just not even want to use an Everstone, but I might want to go ahead and see. We have Analytic is the hidden ability for Porygon, boosts move power when the Pokemon moves last. That being the case, I might want to actually pass down the Relaxed nature, adding defense to Porygon. Many times Porygon 2 is a pretty defensive Pokemon, and lowering the speed also means that we're going to have better chance of that Analytic coming into play. So this might be a good idea to go for the Relaxed nature on our hatchling Porygon. Now then, all we got to do is head on over to the nursery? It's not a daycare anymore. Pokemon Nursery here on the exact same island. You know what? Let's let Tauros have some fun. We're going to ride wild. We're going to watch out. Don't smash into people if we can help it. Well, there's one. Anyway, we're heading up this way to the Pokemon Nursery. This is where you could put 2 Pokemon in. Nice thing here, in past games, the Pokemon Daycare has been where you put Pokemon in for breeding purposes. And the problem is, they would sometimes level up and learn new moves, forgetting older moves that you wouldn't want them to actually forget, you know? Like, if they have like a specific move that you want to pass to the baby, if they forget it through leveling up, then of course the baby can't learn that. So we're going to put our Ditto and Porygon here in the nursery, and at this point I'm hoping that they're going to want to hang out together and enjoy sharing time, because I've done this with some Pokemon and then I step outside and you get a message saying that the 2 don't seem to like each other, which means they'll never breed. There are certain messages that tell you how the Pokemon are going to interact, and I do know, as far as the good potential for breeding, having Pokemon from 2 different trainers is more beneficial, but you can still do it with 2 of your own Pokemon. Alola, Ditto and Porygon are doing just fine. They don't seem to like each other very much though, so that's a message, which means they cannot breed. How do you breed Porygon then? Now wait a minute. Maybe this is what Robert was telling me. He says you can't use Ditto for breeding anymore. So, I can't pair up Ditto. I gotta rethink some stuff then. Update Okay, I did some research, and it turns out that this message here that she says, they don't seem to like each other very much, though. That doesn't mean that they can't produce an egg. It just means it's going to take longer than if a different message comes up. It's if she says they don't seem to like playing with each other, means that they will not have an egg. So, that being said, what you do right now is just keep riding around on your Tauros, or whatever you want to ride on. Tauros is, of course, the fastest thing. Just keep running around until you see her fold her arms as if she's thinking intently about something, and there you see right there. Speak to her, and oh hey, I have surprising news for you. Your Pokemon's holding an egg. Total mystery. Do you want the egg? Give it. Alright, so we're going to take that egg. What I'm going to do for the time being is ride around with a Pokemon in my party with the Flame Body ability. If you're not sure what Flame Body does in battle, if the Pokemon gets physically contacted against by the opponent, there's a chance it can burn. But outside of battle, if you have a Flame Body Pokemon in your party, it increases, I don't know if it doubles or not, but it increases the, I should say technically decreases. Essentially, it makes the egg faster. I'm just so excited for a Porygon, I can't speak. But it'll make the egg hatch faster. So while you're waiting for this one to hatch, just keep running around, wait for her to fold her arms again. Nice thing with this update here with Gen 7, though, is if you have a full party with you, and all of your eggs are currently in one basket, so to speak, in your party, if you get another egg, like, for example, a 7th egg hands your way, you get the option of setting it right to your PC, which is very cool. Now, what I also want to do is, I'm going to put the egg away for the time being, because I want to show you another thing you can do for hatching eggs. Like, for example, if you have to, I don't know, go play Pokemon Go for a while and leave your house for an extended period of time, you can, of course, always take your eggs to the Pokepelago. That's what I do for a lot of my hatchings when I'm going out for the day. I'll put a bunch of eggs in the Pelago. What's cool is the Isle of You is good for increasing the friendship of your Pokemon, but you can also put eggs in there, and it works as sort of like an incubator. And the eggs over time will hatch. Pretty sure it's faster to ride around with a Flame Body Pokemon, but for the time being, we're just going to put the egg in here just to demonstrate how that is done. It's pretty simple stuff. You open up one of the groups, grab your egg, drag it in. Normally you'd want to have an entire, selection of 6 eggs for each of the 3 groups. But, oh, of course, this is a maxed out Isle of You. I have all my islands in the Pelago maxed out. So we're going to back out of here. And we're going to get back to riding around on Tauros, because I want to see this egg hatch. Now, it might take a little bit of time, but I think I can ramble on about a little bit of stuff. So, as far as egg moves go, of course, if you have a male-only Pokemon, it has to breed with Ditto, which means there is essentially no way you can get an egg move onto a male Pokemon. Unfortunate for poor Tauros. Like, I've always considered they should have a pre-evolution for Tauros and Miltank. And of course, I'm not the only one that has ever said this, but it'd be cool if there was a pre-evolution of either or that Miltank could give birth to, and you could get, it evolves into either form based on if it's male or female. It just kind of makes sense. They're both cow Pokemon. When genders came in Gen 2, Tauros was introduced as being only male, and they introduced Miltank as basically a counterpart to Tauros. So, you'd think by now they would be able to have some sort of pre-evolution, because, I mean, they're both pretty powerful Pokemon. Tauros can hit pretty hard. Miltank is very defensive. You gotta love that Whitney's Miltank. Defense curl, roll out, milk drink, all that fun stuff. But you'd think, with the power that they have, they should be able to, have a pre-evolution. Alright, let's grab another egg. I'm just gonna check how that first one is doing. It should be just about to hatch any time now. Probably not. But you never know until you check. Alright, so this first egg is moving occasionally. It's close to hatching. I just want to basically get the first hatching on camera so we can see, did we get good IVs? Because I did give, off camera, the Everstone to the Ditto to pass down the Relaxed Nature. And I did give the Destiny Knot to our Porygon. See if we can pass down 5 possible max IVs. Now, as far as that goes, there is a possibility, of course, that you can't get all of the 5 maxed IVs, because from what I read, you get 5 guaranteed ones from the parents, but it might guarantee the low speed stat of one of the Pokemon, But anyway, do we get a shiny? No shiny, but we get a Porygon. I can breed Porygon. I can breed Tyrogue. Yes, I'm not going to nickname you right now. We're going to see what you're working with, what you got, what your stats are. Now, of course, we're not going to see... Well, we might see the hidden ability. Let's take a look here. Level 1 Porygon. Do you have the Analytic? You inherited the Analytic. You did get that Relaxed Nature, as you can see. So defense up, speed down, which is going to help Analytic. And let us now pop into the PC and check the judgeability of this Pokemon and just see how many of these stats are max IVs. You know, there is the potential that the 5 stats that are passed down from the parents might actually happen to be the 5 unbeneficial ones. But you see, we did get down the defense and special attack passed down. So what you would do in this case, continuously breed these Pokemon over and over until you get one with really good IVs. And like, at that point, if you happen to have a Ditto, which, oh, that reminds me, my Ditto are usable. Yes, all that work was not for nothing. But anyway, if you had, for example, where's that Ditto with all those max stats? It's over here, isn't it? Where is it? Right there. So, if I had this Ditto here breed with this Porygon, then as long as the one of the 6 stats that is not passed down isn't like the special attack or defense, it would be guaranteed to have max defense and max special attack, because of course both of these the partner Pokemon, the parent Pokemon, have max IVs in each stat. So that's pretty cool. I guess I'm not going to waste any more time for the time being. We're just going to leave this as it is, but there you got some, I'm hoping, very comprehensive information on how to breed Pokemon in Sun and Moon and try to go for max IVs. Egg moves if you're using gendered Pokemon, of course. Non-male Pokemon, I should say. And I guess that's about a wrap for today. Hopefully this was very informative, and like I say, I'm not fully well-versed in breeding as it is, but I feel like I've learned enough that I can sort of pass on a lot of information to you guys out there, and maybe I've taught you a few things about the game you didn't know about, like where to get your heart scales, and how you can teach moves of any level to any level Pokemon, even a level 1 hatchling Pokemon. But I guess with that, we are now done. I want to say thanks for watching today's video, folks. If you enjoyed this little breeding 101 kind of thing, feel free to drop a like down below. And if you have any friends that are breeding Pokemon in Sun and Moon and you're looking to pass some information on to them, maybe share this video with them, and it might teach them some new things as well. Because if I can help if I can pass this information along in any form or any way, I'd like to do that. I want to help out the community. And what I would like to do at this point, I'm going to ask you folks to leave some comments. As far as breeding Pokemon go, for, you know, different, like, hidden abilities and all that, which Pokemon do you think I should start with? Because I'm going to really focus on Gen 1. I'm going to go with the whatever female Pokemon I can get. What I'm doing is, as I transfer them up through Pokemon Bank, because of course you don't see their gender until they hit Sun and Moon. Certain Pokemon, like for example Onix. I've only gotten a male Onix so far. I've only gotten male Doduo. I want to get a female of each one that I can have the hidden ability to pass on. So, as far as the Gen 1 Pokedex goes, which Pokemon would you like to see me start breeding for? Because we can have a Moxie Pinsir, which could be very interesting if I can get a female. Oh, I gotta catch more Pinsir in the Safari Zone. You know how much of a hassle that's gonna be? But it'll all be worth it. You'll see. I like Farfetch, too, that they are wild in Pokemon Yellow. It's weird, look at the name. So Tentacool, Doduo, they just get put to the proper sentence case. Why is Farfetch space D? And it's all caps. Must be because of the apostrophe. It's kind of weird, but I don't know. It's the only Pokemon I've seen with a weird kind of name bug, name glitch kind of thing, like that. Why do you get Tangled Feet? Why do you want to speed up when you're confused? I don't know. Some hidden abilities are not amazing, but some are not so bad. Like Sheer Force Tauros. It's pretty cool. If you can get a lot of, like, say, Zen Headbutt, you can get... Well, Stomp would be pretty good, of course. There's a possible flinch, but you can ignore the flinch and just get more power with the Stomp attack. Cool stuff. An Unnerved Aerodactyl. I'm not sure that's the best thing either. But, all that being said, there is a lot of potential for some special hidden ability Pokemon, and max IVs, egg moves, all that good stuff. But that's going to be a wrap. So, as I say, leave a comment. Which ones would you like to see me start breeding for? And trying to get the egg moves. And if you have any suggestions for movesets for any of these Pokemon as well, leave that in a comment down below. Otherwise, just let me know which Pokemon you want to see me start breeding for, because what I would like to do, if I can start getting a lot of these cool Pokemon, at least from Gen 1, I can start sending them out to you folks out there as a sort of throwback, as, you know, thanks for supporting the channel. If you want to get some cool rare Pokemon in your collection, and also just so I can start wonder trading things out and just spreading so many cool Pokemon out to the world. I mean, like a Drought Vulpix, a Drought Ninetales. Those are the things of legend. Now, I fought them before, of course, they're not new, but they're new to me, dang it. I've never had one before, and I would love to share these with Pokemon trainers out there. Hydration Lapras, we have a Technician Miles. That's the trade Pokemon in yellow. It has a nickname. She has a nickname, I should say, which is kind of lucky because No, even if I had a male Mr. Mime, I could have still bred it with a Ditto, now that I know it works. We have Lightning Rod Goldeen. Oh man, I was in a Wi-Fi battle back in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I completely forgot their hidden ability is Lightning Rod, and I tried my Tauros' Wild Charge against it. Big mistake. Its Surf attack suddenly became so much more powerful. But I'm just rambling now. Let me know which Pokemon you'd like to see me start breeding for. Weird as it sounds, I might want to start with Goldeen, just because of the Lightning Rod. It's kind of cool. But if you have any suggestions for movesets of any particular Pokemon, again, leave me a comment down below which one you want to see me start breeding for and sending out to you folks out there, like a Regenerator Tangrowth. Could be pretty cool too. But that's about it. So again, if you like the video, feel free to drop the like, share it with a friend that might want to get into breeding and wants some sort of nice comprehensive information. And if you want to check out some more videos that I have done, of course, there'll be some links during the outro to some such videos here on the Professor Chaz channel, as well as a link to subscribe if you're not currently subscribed, to check out daily Pokemon content such as these sort of informational videos. I've got Pokemon TCG online that I'm recording as well right now. We've got Pokemon Yellow Randomized Nuzlocke on the go. We have weekly/bi-weekly Pokemon news update video thingies, and is that it? The occasional Wi-Fi battle as well. But with all that, we are now done. I want to say thanks for watching today's, I guess, Breeding 101 informational video. Professor Chaz is now signing off to go hatch some more eggs, and until next time, I will catch you that next time.